be the Sacramento Kings up against the Detroit Pistons. For the Pistons, they come into this game after a loss to the
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from Sacramento as the Kings take it to the hardwood. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by... And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, Stan Van Gundy remains one of the most...
At times, a contentious relationship between Howard and Van Gundy, but you see the respect there, sir. B.A., thank you. And these teams both, in some ways, throwbacks offensively, Chris. They look to score on that low block.
Well, it's harder to score these days. Much easier to help defense than back in the day. Nowadays, when you post, half the time is to create a shot for a teammate.
Good point. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Andre Drummond is out there with John Lewis. And it's Morris in at the small forward. Gay kicks to Cousins. Another shot. And it's laid in by Prez. Prez has got the opening bucket of the night here for the Kings.
Tell me it's not easy to admire the passion that Prez plays with, especially how he pounds the offensive glass.
Jackson kicks to Lewis. Caldwell Pope outside. Fires the three. He can't get that one. Good defensive work there by Young. And Sacramento has possession. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
The inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Well, it shows you that guys like to play inside and out. Keep the defense guessing. You don't let them load up on you along the perimeter.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Jackson with it. He's coming off a 13-point game against Portland.
Yeah, but what about the passing? Crisp, decisive. He racked up a ton of assists, impacted the game in a number of ways.
A three from Morris. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Now here's Prez. Guarded by Jackson. Prez, no good. The Pistons have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Knocks down the three ball. Caldwell Pope's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Young dishes to Prez. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Yeah, and just superb work there by Young. So unselfish with the basketball. Really likes getting the ball to his teammates.
And with the core that this Piston team has, they do a great job, Chris, of attacking the glass.
Well, Kevin, and conversely, the Pistons do a great job of limiting offensive boards while on defense. Every game they are getting a handful of extra chances because of their approach. The leader is Drummond, but there are a lot of other active bigs to fill out the roster.
Gay with no one around, and it's off from three-point range. Pistons trailed by 3. And here's Jackson. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Morris passes to Caldwell Pope and airballs the triple. That one was way off. Now here's Prez. Guarded closely. It's good.
Fantastic execution. Prez is so confident in his passing ability.
Detroit's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. Morris against Gay. Morris dishes to Jackson. Here's Drummond. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
That defense was awful. That was just pathetic. He should not be that wide open right near the bucket.
Cousins with a screen on Caldwell Pope. And Young, here we go. Prez passes to Cousins. No good on that one. And Detroit the other way now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And on an ordinary night, guys, I think they would have come out on top. That's just how well they played. But
get over here, guys. Hustle up. Let's talk. All right, listen up, defense. want to focus on stopping Jackson. He's having too much success attacking us from the perimeter.
But how effective he can be.
The Kings shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. On the court for the Pistons. On the wings, Caldwell, Pope, and Harris. John Lure's out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. The Pistons trailing. And with the qualities, Chris, you describe about Marcus Morris, that's why he's viewed as a valuable role player on this team.
Kev, you have to love him. He can eat up minutes on the floor and not necessarily need to be involved to leave his mark on the game. You don't have to call a lot of plays for this guy. He can fit into any lineup and play multiple positions, which helps too.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Prez in their last game against the Warriors came through when they needed him. He had 11 points, and he was a free throw machine with a ton of work done at the line. A surprise attack from a guy who's typically viewed as a role player. See if he can continue to play a larger role in tonight's game.
All right, thank you as always, David. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Well, fellas, I couldn't be more impressed with his level of tenacity. Curious to see what he does here for an encore.
Jackson.
And you can see the impact Prez has on defense. His mere presence makes shooters nervous.
And stolen by Drummond. And they're running. Jackson with it. Now guarded by Prez. Harris kicks to Jackson. To the paint. Here's Drummond. And it... Drummond with the jam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
Yeah, and he reads it all the way, has that slide court awareness you have to be mindful of.
Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Something that can bite this Kings roster at times, Chris, is their carelessness with the ball.
The turnovers are a big problem for a lot of teams that have the youth that the Kings have. It's something that they should decrease the more this roster gets used to playing with each other. At least their turnovers come from players trying to do too much and share the ball instead of just not having their heads in the game.
The Kings leading. Cousins dishes to Prez. And a look at Prez there, just punishing the rim.
Oh, and you love the ferocity that Prez finished that playoff with. No layups for the big fella.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And that one's good. Drummond.
Sometimes all you have to do is dump the ball down to Drummond and get out of the way. He'll take care of the rest, utilizing his massive frame so well.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
I have no idea why he would have even attempted that. That's a horrible turnover.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Morris is checked in. Now here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Dishes it to Drummond. Goes up on the block. And good that time. Drummond's got the game tied up here for the Pistons.
Well, it's easy to see why Drummond is one of the strongest guys in the game. Even when he gets bodied, he still gets these shots to fall.
Now the dish to Cousins. And Young kicks to Cousins. The high post shot. He can't get it to go. And it's Detroit the other way. To the middle. Here's Drummond. Jackson passes to Morris. There's a lot of former players now in coaching in the NBA. And let's say you had to assemble a pickup squad from the head coaching ranks. Who are we talking about here?
Oh, man, that's a great question. I'm going with Jason Kidd, Tyrone Lue, Steve Kerr.
Yes.
Earl Watson. How about Luke Walton?
Yes.
You know, and Scott Brooks, Doc Rivers.
Yes.
Man, the list goes on and on.
That's right. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, as you know, things could have turned out a lot differently for Stan Van Gundy. He was the favorite for the coaching vacancy in Golden State in 2014, but in the end, the Pistons owner gave...
And the first half is now in the books. Pistons ahead. They lead by 9. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Stan Van Gundy.
Let's go, gentlemen. We still have one more half. Listen, guys, we've got one guy doing all the damage out there. He's having too much success attacking us from the perimeter. Let's smother him and take away those easy looks, all right? We can still win this game. Defense, fellas. Let's go.
The second half just about to get going here. Andre Drummond has been sensational.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
Yeah, sound fundamentals, lots of patience that led to that efficient scoring effort.
Prez in at point guard. Anthony Tolliver out there with Rudy Gay. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Young in at the two-guard spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager. And throughout the years, one thing that the Kings, Chris, have done well as a franchise is put together an exciting team.
And as you said, that applies to good or bad. From the white chocolate days with my man Jay Will dazzling the fans to the Mitch Richmond teams, the Kings have always been fun to watch. Part of it is that the franchises always seem to prefer playing an up-tempo style of basketball.
Jackson misses.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, the screen got him all the space he needed to release that one. I thought for sure that was going on.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Prez with the rebound. Prez has got his third rebound tonight. And finish off by Prez.
Really fantastic decision by Prez there. Charging into the lane and then nailing the high percentage shot.
The Pistons leading. Outside Jackson. And Lure kicks to Morris. Drummond the screen. Morris dishes to Jackson. Makes it off the glass. Jackson's got 5.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Young passes to Prez. Back to Young. Now here's Prez. Guarded by Jackson. And that one's good. Cousins.
And when Cousins has some room to work with close to the basket, he knows how to deliver.
The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Here's Jackson. Jackson can't get that one to fall. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Chris, make no mistake about it, DeMarcus Cousins is a legitimate threat from beyond the arc.
And with Cousins, it almost seems unfair to have a 7-footer with his build shooting threes. Now look, he shoots at a good clip. He can stretch out a defense if left unguarded. He's never going to become a jump shooting big by any means, but now you can't sag off of him on that perimeter.
Caldwell Pope outside. Jackson kicks to Drummond. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the force Drummond plays with really making the D feel uneasy.
The Pistons shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. Free throw good, Drummond. And you'll ask defenders or would-be defenders of Drummond, he can just punish you physically.
If he drops a shoulder into you, it's like getting hit by a runaway freight train. Because of how strong he is under the rim, he can just shrug off defenders who don't have a strong base. If he hits it on the low block, it's a dunk pretty much every time.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Oh, well, it's a product of good, patient offense. Great shot there.
Detroit, no good that time either.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
They grab their own miss. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way. So it's the Pistons now. And on the floor for Detroit here in the 4th. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. Tobias Harris is out there with John Lewis. And it's Drummond in at the center position. 5 on the clock. Harris kicks to Caldwell Pope. From deep. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Stolen by Jackson. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Drains it from beyond the arc. Harris has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Detroit. Perez with the ball. Jackson on him. The 11-footer. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Cousins.
Yet another part of Cousins' game that he's improved. He looks very comfortable attempting any mid-range jump shot he gets.
On the wing, Jackson. Harris with it. He's picked up by Cousins. Shot clock at 6. Harris dishes to Jackson. From beyond the arc, Pistons keep it alive. And Drummond is right there.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
You got to respect Perez from the interior. He just knows how to get it done down inside.
The Pistons have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Now here's Jackson. He's guarded close. Jackson can't get that one to fall.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And Kings head coach David Yeager did not spend much time unemployed after parting ways with the Grizzlies. I think he was hoping for a new setting with more support from the front office. There has been some friction there in Memphis.
And you mentioned Yeager looking for a more supportive front office, Chris. Doesn't that make the Kings kind of a surprising choice?
Excellent point, my friend. They've gone through about a coach a year for the last decade. You got a pretty big pay raise, though, and a multi-year commitment. The Kings are lucky to have him. You hope they show some patience. Now, he might not be known as Mr. October, but Reggie Jackson does share something else in common with his namesake. They both are clutch. Jackson has hit big shot after big shot in his career. He relishes the chance to make that deciding play.
And Chris, I think you're right on the money when you say Reggie Jackson is looking to take that big shot.
And that's the exact mentality you want from a player who's going to take shots in the clutch. Make or miss, they have confidence. They want to be in that moment. They embrace it. He knocks it down.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone.
He hit a 3 in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half.
And Cousins throws it down. Now it's a 4-point Kings lead.
Kevin, it's just the perseverance of Cousins. Always stays active on the boards and comes away with second chance opportunities for his team.
Now here's Jackson. He's guarded close. Drummond the screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
In key moments like this, you need guys like Caldwell Pope to come through with a huge bucket. Just tremendous focus.
Some nice ball movement here by the King. Pulls up on the elbow. Cousins. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. .156 left to play here in the fourth. Offensive rebound. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins.
And Cousins is one of the best big men in the league who continues to get better over time.
Kicks it to Drummond. Makes it off the glass. Drummond's got 4 points in the quarter.
And that's why Drummond is such an excellent player, stepping up in crucial situations like these.
Young passes to Tolliver. A 3. And another 3 for Sacramento.
So comfortable from distance, especially when no one runs him off of his spot.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
folks, those are hops you just don't see from that one spot every day.
Well, that's why he is such an uncommon talent.
You're exactly right, Kevin. When your point man is sailing to the rim with that level of explosiveness, invaluable.
And whatever it was at halftime worked because their offense far more effective here in the second. They finally found some sets that are working for them.
And off the front iron, and in it goes.
I mean, come on. Jackson is so effective from the mid-range area of the court. He sticks these shots all the time.
Young dishes to Cousins. Gay kicks to Perez. Shoots from 14, and again it's Sacramento converting. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's the teardrop. Lure can't hit.
Oh, we've seen him posterize guys with that move many times. However, the defense proved to be very stifling.
Here's Young. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Definitely. The ship has sailed on this one.
Morris with the ball. Gay picks him up defensively. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point. So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that'll do it, folks. For Chris
What's up,
Webber,
Steve?
Greg Anthony,
What's going on, Prez? Guys back in the studio want to talk to you.
Perfect.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Prez.
Hey, it's Kenny here, man. You picked up a lot of assists there tonight. Now, what were you seeing out there that made the defense so ineffective?
Man, I saw all sorts of things to exploit out there. It's basically like every defense is a different test, but I got the answer sheet for each one of them. Seems unfair, I know, but that's just the way it is. And that's why I'm always out there dropping so many dimes, Kenny. I'm just generous like that.
Well, if you got the answer for every test, that's called cheating. But anyway, good job, my man.
Come on, son. You know I was a straight-A student.
Okay, that's what they say.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.